Forgiveness is for you, not for those who hurt you. Hello, I greet you from this side of my world. I'm Pearl A.B. Clinton, a psychologist, a mental health advocate, a transformational speaker, an encourager, and a team coach. This is Words That Heal. If you feel depressed sometimes, you run into anxiety, you feel like your mental health is under attack, you lose hope and faith, and you want to glean wisdom on how to cope and deal with the many stresses and issues of life, well, you are the right channel. Returning subscriber, thank you for believing in us at this moment, joining us for the first time. You are welcome to this wonderful healing community. If the video was impactful and made a lot of sense to you, then do well to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts after watching this video. We'd love to hear from you. Share. Don't also forget to turn on the bell notification button to be notified of subsequent videos. So today, I really decided to look again into the concept of forgiveness, because it's an understanding we can be able to apply truths, as mere knowledge is not enough. So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is a willingness and readiness to forgive. And what does it mean to forgive? This is the ability to let go of hurt, pain, hatred, resentment, or bitterness caused by another to you, or even you yourself to yourself. I hope you understand that. To forgive can also mean the ability to pardon or waive any negative feeling or desire for punishment. And from our first definition, I also made us understand that the ability for you to forgive yourself. It means that even sometimes you yourself need to forgive yourself for certain things you did wrong to yourself. Well, forgiveness is actually in 3 levels, and they are: forgiveness of others. That is you doing the forgiving. 2, forgiveness of self. That is you forgiving yourself. 3, forgiveness from others. God being the first person you receive forgiveness from, and then you receiving forgiveness from others. Here is one thing you must note about forgiveness though. Forgiveness is not necessarily forgetting what a person did to you, but that whenever you remember it, there is no hurt, guile, bitterness, or revenge in you anymore. And I have sincerely been hurt and betrayed by not just friends, but family also. And I bet you have too. But let's just pause and flip the coin to the other side. Have you not also hurt your family and friends too? Certainly you have. But before you struggle to wriggle yourself out of this fact, it is not an accusation. It is the truth. You know why? Because you are not without mistakes. So one way or the other, you must have offended someone or some persons by your actions or inactions, right? And this brings to my mind some interesting portion of scripture showing that forgiveness is in much need in our world today. So I'll just give us a backdrop of the story. You can go ahead and read it later, just to save time. Matthew 18, 21 to 22 and Matthew 18, 23 to 35. So the first portion, which is Matthew 18, 21 to 22, Peter was asking Jesus how many times he should forgive in a day. Jesus Christ replied and said 70 times 7. I think this is where you need to pick up your calculator and check what is 70 times 7. If you have, what's the answer? 490. 490 times. And this is not in the person's lifetime. It's daily. If someone should offend you, you forgive 490 times. And it's telling you that forgiveness should be part of you. And you should forgive and keep on forgiving. And don't get tired of forgiving. And from the second passage of scripture, if you read it, you see a conversation that went on between a master and a servant. The servant was owing the master a lot of money, and the servant was pleading for the master to forgive him and give him more time so that he can pay the debt. But instead of the master to just, give him more time to pay the debt, the master also forgave him of the debt completely. That is setting him free and telling him to go without paying the debt. Now, on the other hand, when the servant got out and saw another person that was owing him much lesser than what he was even owing his master, he grabbed the man and locked him up, that if he doesn't pay all that he's owing him, he will not release him. But this is where I pause and wonder. I'm like, if you put him in the prison, how do you expect him to gather the money to pay you? But you see, that's how some people are. Very wicked and thoughtless. So at the end of the day, the servants heard what happened and went to report the case to the master, who pardoned this other first servant that refused to pardon another person that was owing him. So when the master heard it, the master was very, very upset. He was very, very angry, and he released him to the torturers and told them to deal with him till he pays every single dime. And that's how strong the power of forgiveness is. And also from this second passage, you will notice that you should forgive others when they offend you. Because if you don't forgive others when they offend you, you too will not be forgiven. And this is where I will also add finally today that forgiveness is a choice. And so I will just urge you, be willing to forgive, not because it is easy and without pain, but because it is for your own good. So that's all for today. In the next part, we'll be looking at how to forgive and why. That is the benefits of forgiveness. As always, do well to be strong, live gratefully, and never give up no matter what. Send your questions and concerns to whatsthatheal2022@gmail.com, or better still, you can leave it at the comment section and we will address it. I thank you all and I love you as always. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.